Hello. It's Sunday morning. It's coffee time. But it's not. Yeah, it's not coffee. Is it coffee? I don't know. I've already eaten my dark chocolate caramel finger thing, Tunnocks. I've already eaten it because I know so many of you get upset by a man eating. Weird. Anyway, yesterday was Saturday, and I spent 12 hours watching television, which I think is a first. I think I set a world record. It wasn't quite 12 hours because there were some bits where I needed a toilet break, but 12 hours of television. What's that all about? Well, there's a TV show on at the moment. I mean, in the UK it's on Sky something. Now TV, I know, Sky Atlantic. But this show I was watching was on Sky Arts. And it's called The Third Day. And it's written by, was it Dennis Kelly? And he did a great show called Utopia, which they've awfully remade for Amazon. And so Dennis Kelly and Felix Barrett have done this show called The Third Day, and it stars Jude Law. And I love Jude Law. Who doesn't love Jude Law? I don't know. I've always liked him ever since Operation Good Guys. Remember that? But yeah, it's like the Wicker Man. You can't get away from it. It's a thriller, psychological horror, Wicker Man-esque. A guy goes to an island called Osea Island. It really exists. It's in the Blackwater Peninsula, I suppose, in Essex. And it's a real place, and you have to get there via a causeway, so it's kind of cut off by the tide. And it's been used for other films, like Lady in Black. I think it was used for that. And it's a really good place to set a psychological thriller. And the first 3 episodes, they're a bit overlong, but I was compelled by Jude Law's performance as the lead character Sam, who well, spoilers. I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. Go and watch it. He finds himself trapped on the island. And that's it. But why is he there? Why is he trapped? Why does he feel compelled to stay there when he could go home? Those are the questions. Go watch it. I'm not going to spoil it. I can do this without doing spoilers. But yesterday there was a piece of television history where they did a 12-hour live broadcast of a continuation of the story, of the main story. Because it ended last Tuesday I think it was. And it's carried on. Carried on yesterday, where we see what really happens to Sam. And again, on the island they hold a festival, kind of a religious, spiritual festival. Again, very Wicker Man-esque, and we follow it. And 12 hours of this, but it was done in such a way. I mean, there were edits. And there would need to be edits for cameras to hand over, because cameras get hot, and they, you do need to also give the cameraman a break. Also, I do think there was some pre-recorded stuff inserted for one of the set pieces, one of the stunts. And I don't mind. That doesn't bother me, because I was not planning to watch all of it. I was going to dip in and dip out. But it had the same kind of alluring effect of those slow television pieces that you see often on BBC 4. The one where you're looking at the reindeer's bum as they go through, to Santa's grotto, through the snow. You hear the bells chink chink chink, and you go past the train. No, just me then. They do a lot of these train journeys where you're on a train. They showed them on BBC 4. Very calming, very calming. And some of this was very calming, and some of it was very tense. It was incredibly tense. Too tense, I would say. Too tense performance. It was a wigwam and a teepee. Too tense. Jude Law, put in the performance of his life. A very physical, very visceral, very believable performance. And there was parts in this where you think, is he really struggling because he's in pain, or is he acting it? There's bits of this because they put him through. They recreate Jesus's journey to the cross and his resurrection. That's it. That's what they recreate. But they do it using the sea and boats and fish and all sorts of things. There's a nautical flavour to this. But like I say, I was suffering with Jude Law. I was watching him, and he ends up, beaten and bloody, and it took like 2 hours and maybe 2 hours and a quarter for him to appear. That's how slow the build-up was. The highlight at one point in the morning was watching a man eating a sausage sandwich. But I was in like Flynn, and it builds. It builds to this set piece in the sea, which was just astounding. It was just the most amazing piece of television I've ever seen, and shocking. The climax to it is shocking, and there's a lot of imagery in this. Florence Welch turns up, starts singing, which was nice. When she appeared on the screen, I was like, is that? Because again, some of these pieces were done from a distance, and I got me glasses. I went, yeah, that's the singer who does that song, who had the album Lungs, and so that was curious. But it was an amazing piece of work. Again, it straddled this fine line of being brilliant and pretentious. It's clever and stupid all at the same time. Some bits I thought were incredibly powerful and tense and drew me in, and in some of the longer pieces, because there were long tracking shots, again, this probably had to set up and establish the next scene, and so I understand that, but I think some of them went on a little bit too long, a little bit too long, especially the rave scene at the end. The payoff didn't quite work, because they held on at the rave scene far too long. There's one bit where they put the camera on the table, and I was looking at a dirty table with a fag end, and I thought, this is is this real? Am I intending to watch this? I get the feeling they was meant to put it so we could see the rave from a distance, but so the camera can go off and have a wee. Timing toilet breaks was incredibly difficult. I actually cooked dinner whilst watching it on the iPad. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, Jude Law was absolutely amazing in it, and so was everyone else. Everyone's put their all into it. But Jude was the axle in which the spokes of the wheel revolved. He was the heart of it, and it's a shame he's probably not going to get any recognition from it. There's probably no awards coming his way, because it was a niche program. It was on Sky Arts. I don't think anybody knew about it. I mean, we were commenting on Twitter and everything, got it trending, but I don't think Sky pushed it, or HBO pushed it hard enough. It was one of those very rare televisual events, and I don't think the likes of which we'll see. It's experimental television. It harks back to stuff from the 1980s that we used to get, and it was exciting. I was looking forward to it all week. I was actually looking forward to it all week and excited about it, and yeah, so that was a thing, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. So do check out the programme, because we've got 3 more episodes to go. Naomi Harris takes up the story, and it's supposed to be a different story. Who knows? I've seen the trailer. It looks mysterious, so I can't wait to get back in. That's back on Tuesday on Sky Atlantic or HBO, wherever you are. I don't know. Again, these things are shown all over the world, but I'm just talking about the UK at the moment. And the live performance done by a theatre company called Punch Drunk, and they specialise in these things, and their performance is usually around like 6 hours long, and they do these outdoor theatre spectacles, which I think are, from what people have said, are incredible. But yeah, I mean, they do riff heavily off of you say it, The Wicker Man. It's better than Midsummer, which is a complete hack fraud, Ari Aster, that film. It's better than that. But yeah, if Jude Law could win all the awards, he should get all the awards. I watched him dig a hole for 50 minutes. I mean, that isn't good television, but it was such a physical performance, and he's struggling with this sodden clay earth with a shovel, and he's getting filthy, and he's scraping the filth off with his hands, and you're going, come on, he's digging his own grave. That's the thing. Spoiler. It's Wicker Man, what do you expect? And you're watching him do this, and it's terrifying yet compelling. And I'm thinking, I'm watching a man dig a hole here. Mind you, I wouldn't get him to dig the garden. His spade work needed it. He was very method. But he had a good nap afterwards, which was, again, I watched him sleep for a bit. And I think he did sleep. I do think he had a little noddy. It was very good. Oh, he's a very good actor. But yeah, do check it out. I thought it was incredibly. Just again, it's the bizarrest thing I've ever seen. So anyway, this is a coffee time where I talk about television. That's different, isn't it? That's different. And yeah, this shouldn't get any views, so who cares? We've got to do the things we enjoy. Them's the rules. We do the things we enjoy. And I thought, well, I could do a coffee time about the third day because it was in my head and it stuck with me. And I want to talk about the things I like. So I'm going to have to rename the channel. It's not going to be music reviews anymore. I think I'm just going to do Darren Not Reviews. Because then I can... Because, you know, I've got to broaden my appeal, haven't I? Anyway, thank you for watching. It's back to Sunday. I've got to go and cook dinner. So, cheers. Do check it out. The third day on HBO, Sky Atlantic, wherever it is, where you are. Check out the main show. The 12-hour bit might be a bit of a slog, but you've got the option of fast forwarding it. I think they still had the stream on the Facebook page, and you can fast forward it. And there is some really amazing the set piece in the estuary, in the Blackwater estuary. Shocking, generally shocking, and I was upset. It upset me. It seriously did, because I wasn't. Very good. So yeah, go and watch it. My name's Darren Lock. I've been talking about the third day. This is a cup of coffee. There's only one more thing left to say, and that is ta-da!